What's your YouTube, man? Shaboom, my channel, that's AK missing that, Boom, and Ted David, man. We got 800 Chicago Slimiest gang, but my boy Traveler Ross. Originally, we're down below in the description below, man. Let's go to get to the video, man. This probably like 10 to 15 minutes, maybe.
Patreon.com/FatboyRoss. But if you're not interested in that, just hit the subscribe button and prepare to hear one of the craziest stories ever told. On November the 15th, 2021, 4 men from 2 different Chicago gangs teamed up to pull off an armed robbery on an armored truck, leaving a Bank of America with over $100,000 in it. This was a heist straight out of GTA 5, but things would turn deadly very quickly. In the process of robbing the truck, they would kill the driver and wound another person guarding the money, and what would follow would be an unfiltered crime spree, ultimately ending in these 2 gangs double-crossing each other and one side being killed. But as Chicago woke up to the news of this brazen robbery that left 3 people dead, many on internet forums like Reddit, familiar with the Chicago gangs that pulled off this hit, knew exactly who was responsible and were not surprised. Because this was just the latest in a years-long string of incidents associated.
It's crazy how the internet, how they know. How do they even know who did it? Like, how do they know who did it? It's crazy. It's really crazy how they really know who did it.
Associated with a gang called 800.
The internet is really
prominent members being
man.
notorious for robberies, murders.
The internet is really doing the police job for them, literally. The police don't have to do nothing for it. Police don't have to do nothing. They just go on Reddit, literally.
Even alleged shootouts with Reddit users themselves. Today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the slimiest, snakiest, most treacherous gang in all of Chicago, 800. 800 is a gang set made up of maniac Mickey Cobras from around 61st and Cottage Grove in Wood.
What? Mickey Cobras? I don't know what that is, but... Let me see. Wait. MFC? Oh. Wait, so they're by like... Hold on. Oh, so they're up here. So they're kind of close to ST on them. Oh, black, kind of.
Woodlaw. Lil Fats, a prominent member of 800, would later explain the heritage of the gang in an interview with Truth Teller TV.
Okay, now you just said something I want to pinpoint. You said 800, okay? Exactly where is that at?
61st and Cottage Grove, we MCs.
800 has a long history in Chicago and has previously also gone by several other names like 800YM, 800DMG, Frank Block, and Diddy Grove. This gang is often referred to as the most hated as they allegedly have beef with around 20 different other gang sets. And members of 800 often consider themselves to be EBK, or everybody.
So they pretty much beef with damn near the whole damn city, pretty much.
Meaning that they beef with more or less any gang that isn't their own, including Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, Vice Lords, Black Peace Stones, and even other Mickey Cobras. However, despite being EBK, 800 has historically had limited alliances with some other gangs. The set had previously linked up with 051 Young Money, hence the nickname 800YM. However, this would all change when 051 Young Money clicked up with TYMB, a sworn enemy of 800. Hence the gang now hating Young Money too and claiming to be Die Y, as was seen prominently in 800 affiliate Boss Smooth's track 61 Dead Ops.
Damn.
As a result of their hatred towards members from Young Money, 800 members are often seen dropping the Y gang sign upside down as a sign of disrespect to Young Money. Now, 800 carry a savage reputation, even by Southside Chicago standards, with many curious Redditors questioning just how many bodies this gang might be responsible for, with the gang themselves often being referred to by the Reddit community as crash dummies for their wild and dangerous antics, even beating the infamous O-Block, 051, 600, and No Limit in a poll by users on the biggest crash outs coming out of the city. 800 literally have beef with gangs that are surrounding their territory from every angle, being only blocks away from 63rd, TYMB, and Mac Creek. 800 has been around for a long time and originally came from the project buildings on Cottage Grove, but their current territory ranges from around 61st to 63rd from Cottage Grove to...
Are they really got beef with everybody? That's crazy. Like, what happened if you got to go to the law school right here, or you got to go to a school like I don't know how they do this, bro.
Drexel. However, over the years, gentrification has been prominent in this area, pushing the gang away from their original block. One example of this is the huge dual Osco building that was constructed on 61st and Cottage. This development has actually taken the place of the original project building Ditty Grove that 800 the gang originated from. Therefore, nowadays, 800 members are regularly seen around the 61st and Cottage Grove areas, but they do still frequent their old turf in Drexel and the alleys of the Cottage area. Now, Chicago would become familiar with the crew of 800 in the late 2000s, when they would go to war with another local gang set called Dro City. Over the course of this gang war, 800 would take several massive losses in the streets within a short 4-year span, a devastating run that would ultimately inspire the gang to go on an extreme spree of violence of their own, with these violent back and forths gaining 800 a terrifying reputation all over Chicago. 800 took their first notable loss in the streets in 2009 when one of their members by the name of Tommy Williams was killed by a man called Kevo from a rival gang set called Mac Creek. Mac Creek is a gangster disciple set hailing from 62nd and Greenwood University. Now, on April 2nd, 2009, a young 800 affiliate by the name of Tommy would allegedly be standing in a group of around...
They can literally watch it the other block and they literally in their territory.
7 or 8
crazy.
people when an argument broke out and somebody started shooting. The Chicago Tribune would report a tragic scene as Tommy's grandmother would rush to the scene of the murder, finding the 18-year-old shot at 5 p.m. near East 61st and South Cottage Grove. The police would later reveal that Tommy was indeed a member of the wider Black Peace Stones gang, with 800 the set that we know in the modern day not yet being well established among the authorities at this point in time. Kevo, real name Kevin Watson, was identified as the shooter and later taken to trial and is now serving a whopping 60 years for the murder, with the court even being told how Kevo was a gangster disciple and had apparently killed Tommy for his affiliations to the Peace Stones as part of an ongoing beef in the streets. Unfortunately, these gang wars were deeply entrenched in the local neighborhoods and local schools, and in the years that followed, even more violence would play out, affecting members from 800. 2 years later, 800 would lose a second member named Diddy, who was shot and killed on February the 21st, 2011. Real name Roselle Phillips, Diddy would be shot while sitting in the driver's seat of a parked car in the 6100 block of South Cottage Grove Avenue, close to where Tommy had lost his life too. After Diddy's death, 800 was given several nicknames to honor their friend, including Diddy Grove, Diddy Maniac Gang or DMG, Diddy City, and the Diddy Grove Boys, DGB. He was clearly beloved by the gang and a notable member of the crew. Diddy has even been referenced in lyrics from rappers that hail from this gang, like the track Pyro Style Part 2, where Boss Smooth raps, "You disrespect Diddy and you'll catch 50." Allegedly, Diddy was so beloved by his gang that his death is actually what started 800 as we know it, with the group previously being referred to as Holly Grove or Mickey City. But unfortunately for 800, having lost Tommy and Diddy just 1 year later, another 800 member would be killed in a horrific home invasion.
Home invasion? Oh my gosh. I mean, y'all, we have to stop killing each other, bro. It's not cool, bro. We sitting there killing our own people, bro. We sitting there killing our own people, bro. It's sad, man.
On March the 28th, 2012, Terry Brown, known on the street as Old Head, was shot over 30 times and killed in a triple homicide. ABC 7 News will report that 3 men were found dead at a home in the 6300 block of South Evans.
What? Shot 30 times? Yes. Damn, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Boy shot 30 times, man.
Known on the street as Old Head, was shot over 30 times and killed in a triple homicide. ABC 7 News will report that 3 men were found dead at a home in the 6300 block of South Evans. Old Head was found in the hallway of the property, while another 29-year-old man was found in the kitchen, and another man in his 30s found on the back porch. This was a brutal murder scene, made even more shocking by the fact that apparently this incident had allegedly all stemmed from a disagreement over a FUBU jacket. Shockingly, the shooter was apparently Old Head's own friend, Curtis Davis. A Huffington Post article from 2012 would break down how this
your own, I'm trying to tell you, people, always be your own people. The people that be in your circle because they know your weakness and they know you and they know your strengths. Always be the people that be the people in your circle, man. That's why you can't really trust nobody. You gotta keep an eye, man. Tell me, man.
Gruesome triple homicide had played out, all stemming from this FUBU jacket. And according to a Sun-Times article, Davis had swapped the FUBU jacket for some shirts and pants with Olhead, later changing his mind and demanding the jacket back. This led to Davis turning up to Olhead's apartment and shooting everybody there after one of the occupants tried to shoot back. Davis had previously served 18 years of a 40-year sentence for another murder in 1989. In the end, Curtis Davis would indeed be found guilty of all 3 of these murders and sentenced to life in 2014. But despite justice playing out in the courtroom, 800 members would be devastated by the loss of one of their close affiliates. Boss Smooth from 800 would also tribute Olhead in his song Pyro Style Part 2, where he says, "You disrespect Olhead, you get a swole head, bitch."
Damn.
Following this slew of tragedies,
so they're just friends, pretty much. So I think they're just friends and was formed a crew to get back. That's just pretty much what it sounds like.
800 begun getting more and more active in the streets, with stories circulating about the crew having
Something
infamous
like that, maybe, I
shootouts
don't
with
know.
people who would go on to become legends in Chicago drill music. In 2013, a beef would break out between members of 800 and a group of gangster disciples from 63rd and St. Lawrence. And Big Mike from 800 would seemingly shoot up one of the most famous members' homes, FBG Duck.
What?
With Big Mike taunting Duck on Twitter, claiming that he had done nothing to retaliate after this shooting. 800 Boss Smooth would also join in,
not
taunting
Duck.
FBG Duck and saying that they made him move after shooting up his house. However, these brazen acts would not go unpunished in the streets, and it's alleged that members from St. Lawrence quickly retaliated by shooting Big Mike in his legs, resulting in him being paralyzed and having to use a wheelchair to this day. And
Damn.
FBG Duck would even himself reply to Boss Smooth, implying that
Damn, they got, bro, made him paralyzed. I mean, he's still alive, but damn, paralyzed. You gotta be in a wheelchair.
it was the GDs from St.
Damn,
Lawrence
bro.
and 63rd that were directly behind paralyzing Big Mike. However, Boss Smooth would merch it on Diddy that it was a different set that shot Mike, and one popular rumor is that the shooting was actually carried out by another set called TYMB, who may well have actually been responsible for the paralyzing of Big Mike. Regardless, the exact cause of this injury would indeed remain a mystery, and despite having feuds with numerous dangerous street gangs in their area, 800 would continue to dish out violence themselves. 2013 was the year that 800 began their spree of violence, leading to a savage reputation, with everything kicking off after a brutal altercation with a member of Mack Creek, the same gang who had killed Tommy in 2009. On September the 9th, 2013, a man named Alan Ross, known in the streets as Fish from Mack Creek, was found laying in a grass patch in Washington Park at 6 a.m. Initially, it was thought he'd died from a gunshot wound to the back of his head. However, the medical examiner would later determine that he had actually been beaten to death. Redditors have argued that Alan Ross, aka Fish, actually suffered mental disabilities, making this case even more heartbreaking and senseless.
What?
Users of the Chicago drill community Chiracology would actually cite this murder as 800's first revenge killing against Mack Creek. One
What? So he had like mental issues or something like that? Being to death, bro. Over a $5 debt. Are you serious? $5? Paralytic was shot and killed in a similar. Damn.
popular rumor is that Fish was actually murdered over a mere $5 debt by an
Damn.
800 member called Pyro, along with 3 other men. 800 members seemed pretty proud of killing Fish, despite him seemingly not being much of a threat in the streets. Boss Smooth would later rap on his scathing diss track 61 Dead Ops, "We don't do no fighting, end up like Fish." However, the 800 member rumored to be responsible, Pyro, just 3 years later, in late May 2016, would suffer a brutal ending in scarily similar circumstances to what happened to Fish.
Oh my gosh.
Pyro, real name Kevin Larry, was in Washington Park, the very same park where Fish was killed, apparently playing dice with members from another gang called MOB when a dispute over a bet heated up. An MOB member by the name of Domo would reportedly shoot Pyro several times, leaving him dead. Now, before this murder, 800 and MOB were apparently on good terms, and Pyro himself had even been pictured with some of their members. No suspects were charged in the following 2 weeks after Pyro's death. However, in a shocking turn of events, MOB Domo would be arrested immediately after holding a press conference, due to the fact that he was seeking $15 million in compensation from the Chicago police after being shot in the back by an officer while running away. A crazy incident which was even caught on camera. And the news would actually report that while Domo was literally waiting for an Uber after his press conference, the police would pull up and arrest him for the murder of Pyro. Really shouldn't have messed with the Chicago police. Domo was later sentenced to 50 years to life in prison for the murder of Pyro. Now, he would later appeal part of his charges with an updated projected parole date of 2066. Prominent member 800 Lil Fats would express his sadness after Domo received his monster sentence, as 800 members likely planned on killing him in retaliation, something which would be made much harder.
Mission will never be complete. Free. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is not Call of... Do they think they're playing Call of Duty or something?
By him doing life in jail.
What
Pyro's
the...
murder would cause a major split between the gang's MOB and 800, sparking a war that would later see a notable MOB member's funeral being shot up. But this was far from the only time that 800 had severed their ties with massive gangs in their area. On September the 6th, 2015, 800 members would be involved in an infamous shooting at a block party. Another gang called Jaro City was said to be having a party with another gang called Taekwondo World in 800's territory. So, at around 1 AM, 800 members approached them and began arguing before a fight broke out, ultimately ending in a shootout. During the crossfire, a 20-year-old woman with ties to Jaro City by the name of Booby would end up being shot, later dying in hospital. Booby was apparently the girlfriend of 600 founder Lil Boo, who also died in 2015. Now, these two areas had a pretty historic and serious beef, and Bite Down from 600 would brutally mock her death on Twitter. People on Reddit would speculate on the circumstances surrounding her death, suggesting that she had indeed been killed by 800 members in the crossfire of that shootout. Fast forward to 2018, and 800 were into it with pretty much all of the blocks surrounding them. Even their alliance with 051 Young Money would collapse after 051 linked up with TYMB, ending the alliance between 800 and Young Money. 800 would have the largest grudge against one gang in particular, MOB. Pyro was clearly beloved by his hood, even being memorialized in music. One example being Boss Move's Pyro-style series of songs, all surviving gang members constantly using the phrase on Pyro. So, 800 members would reportedly be looking for their revenge on rivals from MOB, with this grudge making the gang prime suspects in one of Chicago's most infamous shootings.
Oh! Is this the one when Woosie got... Is this where Woosie got shot up or something like that? I mean, not got shot up, but got shot in the head or something like that, I think.
On the 9th of October 2018, MOB Dooski, rap name Dooski the Man, was murdered, allegedly, by 600 members. The following day, MOB members would retaliate, killing a 600 member by the name of Waldo, with intense speculation on the Chiracology subreddit that this was indeed a revenge killing. MOB likely felt at this point that they had avenged their fallen brother. However, Dooski's funeral was set to be held on October the 22nd, and this is when that funeral would be tragically shot up by numerous people with automatic rifles, leaving 6 people shot, with one being the most serious. One of these men was shot in the head, and this person turned out to be Wooski, an infamous gangster disciple from St. Lawrence and Eberhart Avenue. Many rumours would spread after the shooting, debating exactly who it was who could have been responsible, as Wooski, MOB, and the GDs from 63rd and St. Lawrence had a lot of enemies in Chicago. Many have theorised that the shooters were actually O-Block and or 600 members who would shoot up the funeral as revenge for Waldo, with King Von from O-Block himself dropping numerous songs referencing the funeral shooting, like the track Grandson for President, where he references the shooting of Wooski, rapping, "I've been killing stuff for too long, it's like I'm a veteran, Wooski got shot, now he taking medicine, but anyway, GDK." Or on the song Back Again, where he raps that he might slide to funerals and
See, we don't know if O-Block or they did it, man. He probably could just say because he probably knows who did it. You know what I'm saying? Some people like to just do the game by just do it just because they like to make fun of their ops and this and that.
up everybody outside.
We don't really know.
However, many believe that it was
it.
actually 800 that might have been behind the funeral shooting. And much like O-Block's rappers, 800 members would leave many clues in their music relating to this shooting. 800 Fats would rap in his song Do Some, "You know I'm gripping my toolie, run up on him, have him looking like Wooski, slide to the funeral and shoot us a movie." And on the track Head Tap, Fats would also rap "Up the Glock, quick head tap, now he looking Wooski slow." However, Lil Fats may not have been involved in the actual shooting, as police recordings from the day of the incident apparently labelled all the alleged shooters as having short dreads, and other 800 members could well match this description, as has been theorised on Reddit. But regardless, it seems 800...
How do they, bro, how does Reddit know who shot up the, how do they know? These have to be like some type of police, because there's no way they know who did it, when and where, like how?
Was celebrating the shooting that had happened.
How do they
Shooting
know?
up this funeral is already an insane thing to do, but as dark and violence-fueled as 800's history is, nobody could have predicted the rampage that 2 of their members carried out in 2021, when in just one dark day, 4 people were shot, 3 people were killed, and the streets of Chicago were left terrified. Lil Twan, real name Antoine Montgomery, is a known shooter from 800, but it's not just the ops that should be afraid of Lil Twan, but the cops too. He's got a menacing tattoo reading CPDK, or Chicago Police Department Killer, on his left cheek, something that Redditors think may well influence a judge when he ultimately ends up getting caught. There are multiple examples of Lil Twan showcasing his wild and violent behavior, such as in his Instagram live sessions, where he can be seen upping his gun and taunting his ops from Taekwondo World, saying, "Come put that switch on me."
Hey, look, come put that switch on me. Look, they in the comments.
Put that switch on me.
In the same live, he actually tells Lil Tay that he will be leaving where he is staying in downtown to go and kill him.
Look, on my DD, look, I'm Frank Williams, look, I'm DT right now.
So we ain't just go back out there.
I'm DT right now, look, I'm DT right now.
So why is you talking to me, bro?
I'm Frank on my DD, so I'm finna come that way right now. On Dressy, so I'm finna come that way right now, like I'm gonna get up with you for no.
But to make things worse, Lil Tay was also known for going live in enemies' turfs, showing guns and looking for ops. His chilling
What? Not only you're risking your life, you're going live, you're in your ops territory, and you're taunting them.
final live would be
That's the
recorded on
streams that you
800
want,
blocks,
bro.
and shortly after it ended, he would be gunned down.
Y'all better stop playing, man. Y'all better stop playing.
Now, Lil Twan from 800 is a terrifying gangster and known for sliding with another certified demon from 800 by the name of Lil Fats. DeAndre Jennings, or Lil Fats, hails from the exact block 800 started on, 61st and Cottage Grove in Woodlawn.
Motherfuckers already been knowing me since I was a shorty type shit. Like, my face before the rap, I only been rapping the money.
Right. So that's how it kind of crowd. You think the popularity you had, it was easy to transition after YouTube? That's how people knew who you was so fast?
No, I can't say that because, like, this was already been in play. Like, motherfuckers already was telling me to rap, but I'm on some Lil Fats don't want to rap type shit.
Right.
I don't know that.
But it wasn't until the death of Pyro in 2016 that Fats begun getting more brutal in the streets. Fats would reference how Pyro's death affected him on his song Heating Up, rapping that when Pyro died, it had him tweaking. And on the track Head Tap, he raps, "Mention Pyro name, now he dead, better claim your bro." There are many examples of Fats acting brash, crazy, and doing the unthinkable online, such as when Fats approached Taekwondo World members all by himself, dissing Tuka and daring them to say F Pyro.
Say f Pyro now.
Come on, man. What's up?
Say f Pyro. Come on, man.
He would then turn the camera and can be heard slapping D-Money. In a similar altercation, he approached members from THF in the courthouse and dissed their dead friends to their face, clearly trying to antagonize them. 051 Driller even shared the post, saying that he respects Fats, even though their gangs have beef.
800 Fats gang, no, Rahim, yeah.
And much like Lil Twan,
Oh, they in the courthouse with they ass. I know they wanna.
Fats appears to have zero respect for the Chicago Police Department, having even recorded himself driving off on the police while toting guns, with Redditors circulating pictures of him in police chases.
Stop out for a minute, right?
Stop out. Go. Stop going.
Put it in.
Stay my
Go, Motor, go,
Fly.
In fact, Redditors have even speculated on Lil Fats being 5X or having killed 5 people, something that Fats seemingly admits himself when he was on IG Live with Lil Don from Pocket Town.
But
Okay, then. Don't ask me that.
No, I'm talking about you and me knowing you what I do to people on Cabin Grade. What I do to people. No, what you did.
See, man, the thing is, bro, they be self-snitching on themselves, bro.
Once before on Pyro, how many funerals that it's been on Pyro? Stop that. You better slow down, baby boy.
Hey, Fazzo, you can't talk that talk with me, folks. You can't talk that talk with me, folks. We go toe to toe, folks.
You better slow your roll, baby boy.
Hey,
One of these bodies allegedly was 051 Montana's sister, a man who Fats had even been pictured with. Now, it would appear that Lil Fats has no regard for broadcasting his criminality online, regularly showing off to the world what some people believe are actual murder weapons on his Instagram story. And Lil Fats has been seen numerous times lurking in his ops blocks, armed with high-powered weapons.
I'm here on the ill, man.
Fats would even brag about robbing a diamond chain from a handicapped man, and openly admitting to being a prolific chain snatcher on his song Smooth Style. Fats is also known for going live purposely to share his location and seeing if his ops pull up. In 2020, Fats would get his first alleged body, a man named Curio from Murdertown. Murdertown, or MTG039, is located in the Wentworth homes from 39th and Princeton to 39th and Wentworth.
Bro, what? All the way up there? Bro, what? They're all the way down here. All the way up there? Bro, what?
On January the 2nd, Fats and Lil Twin were actually set to have a meetup trading weapons with Murder Town members. Corio was present at the meetup and was said to have traded guns with Fats. However, 800 would claim that he was acting weird during the trade. Fats and Lil Twin would allegedly shoot Corio to death and steal his gun, with theories circulating on Reddit that Corio was in fact killed by Lil Twin and Fats together, as well as other rumours that Corio had actually been Murder Town's top killer with 2 bodies on Welch World's biggest op 757 at the time of his murder. Fats would even mention the murder in his song Main Slime, rapping, "Curry died, that back door open." After his death, 800 members would even post clips online rapping lyrics that appear to reference this incident.
This is we walking up on you and emptying clips where it's roof at. I'm smoking this curry, smoking good. I feel like I might go see high head. Nigga tough on the net today, homies get stressed. Now they trying to treat like he not dead. If it's something that's stuck, cause I say what.
And just 2 months after the murder, Fats and 800 members would allegedly kill again in an almost identical situation.
This is ridiculous, bro.
On the 10th of March 2020,
we're sitting there killing each other, bro. I just don't get why are we killing our own people. I just don't get it, bro. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I just don't
this time
understand.
with a Faceworld 069 member called Bando Hothead. The trade would go through as planned, but 800 still chose to kill Bando Hothead whilst he wasn't looking, shooting him in the head, groin, and back, leaving him dead at just 17 years old. And the shocking image of the aftermath of this killing was even posted to Reddit, with the police officer seeming to smile over Bando's corpse. But to make matters worse, 800 members would pose with Bando Hothead's guns very soon after the murder, and 800 members even showed off the weapon in a music video for Lil Twin's track 800.
So pretty much they don't fuck with anybody. If pretty much they're just gonna slime you out. They just gonna
Fats home.
backdoor you.
G Gotti from 800 will go even further,
like.
allegedly posing with Bando Hothead's gun and showing the blood stains still on it. Fats himself would mention the murder in his music, like on the track Smooth Style, where he raps "Hothead in the air, I smell it." Off the back of these incidents, 800 have become infamous for turning on people. Redditors would even troll Fats, jokingly asking if he wants to trade guns, with Fats actually posting that, saying that everybody is too scared to trade guns with them now. Due to these murders, 800 now have a reputation for backdooring people or being snakes. The topic itself even becoming a running joke on Reddit, with people posting DMs that they got from people asking to trade guns with the word backdoor in their handle. It would seem that 800 were on a mission to cut ties and betray anyone, even the very few gang sets that were still cordial with them. And since Bando's murder, a war had started between 800 and 069 Faceworld, with 069 members seen riding around 800's hood looking for targets.
Hey, you a snake? Somebody tell 800 them I'm out here.
Fats would continue moving wild in the streets until later in 2020, when 800 would take a huge loss yet again, with this one being the death of their greatest talent and biggest star. On the 11th of October 2020, Boss Smooth, real name Jeremiah McCoy, was sitting in the...
Isn't that the rapper, right? That's the rapper, right? The one that was rapping on
seat of the car. The car had pulled up to the Shell petrol station at the 8600 block of South State Street. This is an area that seems to be a shocking hotspot for gangland murders, as was also seen in 2023, with CCTV cameras capturing a similar shooting.
We are getting nowhere in society, man. Nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Everybody's brainwashed by the government and all that. Obviously, they want us to kill each other. Because why? Because they can make more money and more money and more money. Literally.
But on this day, in 2020, a blue sedan would pull up next to Boss Smooth, opening fire, with the passengers of that car shooting him over 30 times with Draco machine guns. Boss Smooth would suffer multiple headshots, ultimately being pronounced dead in hospital. As mentioned before, Boss Smooth had released several songs and was easily the most talented and successful rapper from 800. However, his catalogue also included many disses at Ops and entire gangs, like his hugely disrespectful track 61 Dead Ops. However, Boss Smooth may well have made himself an even bigger target in 2020 when he dissed Corio, referencing the whole gun trade situation. Rapping in his track How I'm Coming remix, it's supposed to have been a trade for a trade, he acting weird, trying to play, he effed around and got played. Fats can also be seen in that video, which had lyrics that stated, "You better not pull up on Lil Fats, if you do come correct, one slip, you ain't coming back." Boss Smooth and Fats were clearly very close, and in the aftermath of the murder, many rumours circulated as to who it was that might have killed Boss Smooth, with many people believing that it was either Murder Town or Faceworld 069. During a live session with 800 Lil Twin and KC Money from 069, it was revealed who might have actually been behind the murder, as Lil Twin, would admit after arguing with Casey Money, a rapper from 069, that it was actually Mick's mob.
What you think happened to Smooth, bro? Just stupid, bro. Y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. Ain't no killing without killing, bro. Pyro, y'all ain't had nothing to do with that. So y'all saying who the killed them then, bro? Who killed them then, bro? So you.
Oh, and then they on live, like, bro. Oh my gosh, I'm like, who killed him? Who killed him? Are you serious?
Who killed them then, bro? I ain't claiming, bro. I'm not shit to do with Smooth. Don't get on live, man. Don't get on live.
All right, y'all. That's gonna be the end for part 1. Part 2 will be the last one. I will see you guys for part 2 tomorrow. Yeah.